Louis Lewis, and then
Louis Hook, my climbing partner.
and then Brett and I, and then there was actually another guy who I never even caught his name. Teague.
Yep, I have his number too.
Okay.
And he brought a rope, and he got there just after us. We were kind of just faking out the line, and he showed up, and it was nice to have another full-length rope there as well.
Yeah. So yeah, there was like 5 people that showed up, kind of independently of each other.
Wow.
Yeah, community turnout.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Got there at whenever we got there, they had already kind of zeroed in on the dog. Like, it was under us at some point, and she called, and we all just kind of listened and decided like where it was.
Couldn't see it.
But on the way up, it sounds like you did the same thing. We were just kind of talking through it, like, hey, how are we going to get down there? How are we going to get up? How are we going to bring the dog up? What gear would we need? Do we have enough gear? Who else is coming? We had heard there might be other people coming. But we didn't know who at that point, really. And in true small Juneau style, like, these guys walk up and it's like, hey! But then it was just kind of like immediate. We had our stuff and had talked about it, so I mean, I started like flaking out the rope. Louis was getting his harness on and getting the gear together, and it came together, I'd say, super fast. And then I was just hooking up to a rappel when you guys showed up, which was great. And then, you know, we could all like double check each other and things like that, and then kind of put our brains together.
Yeah. And so, did you guys know each other before this?
We had met before.
We were acquainted. Yeah, I mean, like, we've seen each other at the climbing gym, and
Okay.
like we knew each other. I wouldn't say like we were super close friends or anything, but
Not yet.
not yet. But yeah, and like when we got up there, it was pretty obvious that it was probably going to be easier to bring the dog back up rather than like lower it to the ground. But that was kind of part of the thing. Was like we just need to get down to the dog and see where it's at. And so that was Starr was the first one that lowered down and just got to the dog, and kind of, you know, from there we were able to kind of come up with a better plan of what to do, which was, you know, pulling it up back up to the top essentially.
Yeah.
Rigging up a harness to a dog was not something either of us had done before, so it was definitely we kind of figured it out as we went.
Lessons learned
Lessons
along
learned.
the way.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a big dog, right?
Yeah,
It was a big dog.
St. Bernard mix, I think, right?
It was like a St. Bernard Husky mix.
Yeah.
So it had like the beautiful St. Bernard like coat and coloration, but then it was like a little bit lighter and had those like piercing blue eyes.
Yeah,
which
it was
is crazy.
Yeah, a really pretty dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably like 60 pounds though. It was pretty.
She
50
says
pounds.
70.
Oh, really?
70
Yeah, there you go.
Zach, and I mean the dog was out of control stoked. And I was worried, well, first that it wouldn't even be alive, but then, you know, when it was barking and everything, it was obviously somewhat okay. And then when I got within sight, I could see it was moving fine. I mean, its tail was wagging, and it was standing. You could see where the dirt had been packed down, so it was mobile for a while, it looked like, in that one little cliffy ledge area it was. And then, yeah, just so excited, like kind of jumped right in my arms, and I was still on the belay. I didn't have an anchor or anything, and almost like knocked me off from the side. And I was a little concerned that it would fall, just, you know, having been careful before, and then it would fall then. So we just, like, this kind of went into the building the harness thing for it. Like, I tried to just put a loop on it, clipped it to myself, like, just in case, so there was some kind of backup. But then, yeah, I called for Zach and help. I needed more brain power and manpower. So, yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do it by myself.
She really didn't want to walk either. That was the thing. Is like once she was obviously like, I don't know, tired or scared or something, but she was like, she wanted to just stay put. So it was like walking with her was more trouble than it was worth.
Mm-hmm.
It was just easier to hook her up and just yank her up.
When I did get up, the dog seemed awfully spry. Was definitely
Fine,
moving
dude.
around,
Yeah.
and yeah, like there wasn't really too many concerns. We were a little concerned at one point just with the harness we had rigged, like, oh hey, maybe it was like too tight. Is it going to be okay? And yeah, it seemed like it all worked out.
Yeah, once they got the harness off of it, and it got some water and some food, and it was seemingly back to normal. It was a pretty tough dog. The coolest thing that I took away from it was just the community effort, like you were kind of saying earlier. You know, it was pretty cool to go up there and see that there was already 3 other people that were up there ready to help. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cool how everybody came together for a stranger that's not even from here.
And I would say, yeah, exactly that. And then the town's small enough where, well, I guess in the climbing community, and Zach might feel the same, but I like to climb with somebody or know what their skills or experience is really before I get into something like that with them. and really it was almost like I saw these two guys, you know, like Brett's a bud, like I went to college with his wife, and we see each other at the rock dump, and it was like, okay, trust him. I was with my climbing partner, you know, so trust him. And then Tegan had come down, and I had just met him, and he kind of went through his experience and his knowledge gaps, and like it was like, oh, okay, hey, I think we all feel comfortable with this. Like let's get after it. And it really made it, yes, the small town, especially like little climbing scene and backcountry scene, like made it really, really easy, I would say, to feel comfortable getting into something a little more complicated.